Hi, my name is Starykuu and this is this year's Inktober challenge. Except I did not have time to draw every day for 31 days, so I drew all of this in just 7 days. I don't know why I did this to myself. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't know why I did this to myself. This was very hard. But I'm glad to show you the process of my pain. So let's get right into it. If you don't already know what Inktober is, it's an event that takes place since 2009, where every October artists get together and draw different prompts. That every day has a different prompt, and they have been doing that since a long time. Though not only Inktober exists, but Goretober, Cringetober, OCtober, and for this I decided to mix some themes. So let me show you how I did it. And with that, we're actually doing Goretober this day, and today's prompt is Cannibalism. And what better theme for cannibalism than Cooking Mama? The girl that teaches us how to cook actually is kind of fed up with this, so she decides to cook us. And I will let her any day. I would let her eat me any day. Not in a wrong way though, like, my heart is all yours, baby. But let's move on to day 2. For today's prompt, I had discovery. I was first thinking about doing a clock wall because another theme was clock, but then I thought, nah, I really don't want to do all our work. So I thought about the demons that always watches us sleep. How about we can actually hide from him? Yeah, turns out that is not such a good idea, and he would find us anyway. So this is kind of like a spin on hide and seek with your inner demons. And I made it kind of scary. I thought the sketch at first was cuter though. Kind of sad I didn't go with that. Kind of upset at that, but I think it turned out pretty good. I tried to kind of water it down because I did not want to ink the whole page in black. And that's how I figured out, holy shit, you could actually do pretty good stuff with ink. I did not know that. But let's move on to day 3. For day 3, today's theme was flowers, and I thought I really want to draw a bride holding flowers because I really want to draw a wedding dress. They're so complicated and so pretty, especially the old ones, the vintage ones. Oh my gosh! And that's how I thought, how about I do something kind of similar to Corpse Bride? I'm gonna be honest, I did not see the comparison until I posted it on TikTok, and people were like, oh, is this Corpse Bride? Blah blah blah. I was, oh damn, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Who knows? But instead of holding normal flowers, she actually is holding the flower of death. Because she's death. She didn't get it already, and she's laying in death, like metaphorically. It's a bad metaphor. I don't know what I was thinking, but it looks good, so I don't care. I was going for kind of the look when people are laying in flowers. I don't know, it's often in movies, but the flowers were really complicated. It took a long time to get them right, but I didn't care. I just kind of doodled them like right on with the, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Pencil? It's not a pencil. Pen, kind of old pen, vintage pen. Everything in this is vintage, to be honest. But I hope you like it. I like it too. And then I watered it down, and I didn't like it anymore. I was really devastated. I ruined the best flowers when I did that. I had to go over with it with ink again. And I was really upset at that. And then she cried. Why did she cry? I didn't do that on purpose. But anyway, let's move on from that and go right into day 4. For day 4, today's theme was gut spill. And I don't know why I wanted to have a girl holding her intestines. I thought it was kind of, it could be cutesy. She's terrified, absolutely mortified of her sight, because I'm sorry, but I would be too. That is not something you want to look at. But I thought I should draw her cutesy anyway, in her cutesy little outfit that I would and have worn, because it's the cutest, cuntiest outfit out of them all, I swear to God. And so she's cutesy. I'm just inking it all in, and I wanted to draw her hair individually. It didn't work out, as you can see, but it does still kind of look good. I thought I would do like intestines in the background, but then I thought that's kind of more disgusting. Like she's in a like guts room. I don't want to draw that, so I decided to leave it at that. And I think it's cute. She's disgusted, as I would be. And let's move on to day 5. For day 5, the theme was amputation, and I thought maybe instead of drawing something absolutely mortifying, I would draw a doll that has her different parts that are sewn together, but she has an owner that didn't like her for some reason and decided to punish her by absolutely destroying her. Turns out that the doll girl is not only a doll, but also human, part human, so she can feel every single thing he did to her, which is still mortifying. But anyway, I had kind of fun with this. I didn't put too much effort into this, but then I tried to draw blood and I was in love with it. This was the first time I tried to draw blood, and you will see that a lot in the different pages, so be ready. That it was really kind of too much, but I still like it. Let's move on to day 6. For day 6, the theme was bugs, but I wanted to draw one bug. You know what bug? Cyberbug. That's today's theme for me, baby. And so I decided to draw her with the biggest tip possible, which you cannot see in the beginning because I tried to do like the traditional way with all small. Yeah, I ditched that like right about now, where I put out the big guns and I draw everything in black, and it looks epic. It looks epic now. I'm so sorry about the head, by the way. My hair is showing in all of the beginning clips. I can't do anything about it. I'm so sorry. But I still like the bug. I hope you like it too, because I love it. It's cutesy. Let's move on to day 7. So we're at day 7 now. Yippee! And today I was really struggling with finding a theme because passport sounds like the most boring shit in... Sounds really boring. I'm sorry, but it sounded boring. So I thought I'd put a story behind it, and then it's not boring. So my story decided to be someone kind of is a killer for their daily routine, like kind of as a hobby, you know, as one does. And they have a victim that was traveling abroad, and she left her passport in her jacket. So he looks through her things, finds her passport, finds her information with her pearl clutch in hand, because she just took that photo. Poor girl, that was expensive, I know. But yeah, I thought I would kind of draw the hands a little bit more manly, disgusting, and I did that pretty good. And right as I was saying, here comes the blood. But let's move on to day 8. Oops, ignore that spoiler warning. But let's move on to day 8 now. And today's theme is favorite villain. It's from Inktober, because I didn't like Inktober or Goretober's themes for this day. And you know her and you love her, Maleficent. I love this girl so much. I remember watching her film in school, and I loved her since then. Yeah, I decided to watch it right after that, and she's misunderstood. She's just misunderstood. She's actually not a villain. She's still classified as a villain, I think. So I decided to put her as one, but understand, I know she's not a villain in my heart. She's the queen of mine. But that is all for day 8. Let's move on to day 9 now. For day 9, the theme was sun, and I wanted to draw something kind of inspired by last year, kind of looks like last year, and I wanted to draw a sun goddess, very proportional. She's holding the sun. At first I wanted to do something standing before the sun, as you can see in the first sketch, but I scrapped that because that's kind of hard. But then I did her, and then I inked her, and she kind of looked bland still, because she's supposed to be a goddess, right? So I decided to put some yellow into it, some color, pop of color. And I'm really happy how this turned out. I love this very much. In my top 10, definitely. But let's move on to day 10. For day 10, I really didn't know what nomadic was, so I had to look it up. And the definition of nomadic is someone that doesn't live at one place but moves different places with their animals, with people, with friends, with family. And so it's kind of like a traveler in a sense. That's how I understood it. So I wanted to do traditional clothing, kind of. Keeps them warm in the winter, in the warm times, but also has something to shoot their breakfast with. Fun fact about me, I did bow and arrow for a month and I loved it. I'm really sad I didn't keep it going. But let's move on to day 11. For day 11, the theme was snacks, and I really wanted to do something kind of creepy, but not really, because what's creepy about snacks? So I decided to do like a cooking mom, not cooking mama, but a mom that like kind of bakes for children. And if you look at the cookies, you may see something in the end. Let me know if you see it. It's pretty not that visible. I did not a good job with that, but I wanted to draw her in a swoop. I wanted to have her wear an apron that's really cutesy. I would buy that apron ASAP. And yeah, she's really cutesy. I kind of like how this turned out. It's simple, but I like simple, so it's okay. And yeah, that's all for day 11. Let's move on to day 12. For day 12, the theme was remote, and I really wanted to draw my OCs, Ruby and Noelle. And so I did. And they're watching a movie, because what better thing to do with the remote than watching a movie? It's pretty outdated. I think that's kind of scary. Who watches TV these days? Maybe it's because I don't have one. It's probably because I don't have one. But they're watching Terrifier 3. Oh my gosh. It's coming out today for me. So I'm probably going to watch it sometime, because I watched the first two. Let me know if you watched it. And let me know if you want to know more about my OCs. They're very demure, very cutesy. They have a lot. I have a lot planned for them, but it's all in the planning phase still. I'm planning to make a comic about them. It's about time travel. And I didn't really do anything about the story yet. It's in the works. But let's move on to day 13. So let's go on to day 13. And I decided to put day 13 and 14 together, because I kind of did a similar theme and I did not have enough pages for 31 days. So yeah, you know it and you love it, cats. I have a cat, I love my cat. She's my everything, she's my daughter, she's my child. And I want her to make world domination happen. Cat world domination. And this is the first step to it. I drew a cat bigger than the world, looking at the witch that's flying over the horizon. It's simple, it's effective. I like it, I like cats, so I like this. And my cat's looking at me confused. Why am I talking to nobody? That's normal for me, so it's okay. Anyway. Yeah, look at how cute. I don't like drawing water, but I think I did it pretty well. But let's move on to day 14. So day 14, I had to Google what the fuck Rome is, and how I understood it is like going nowhere. It's going on a walk, but with no destination. That's how I got it. So I had to look up inspiration, because that's pretty not specific. Oh, my cat's here. Sakalo. She's not going to say hello, I'm sorry. So I decided to do a cat hiding behind a tree. Very obviously not hiding behind a tree, but she's trying her best. Be proud of her. And a person kind of just walking with her pet bird. Maybe it's Maleficent, who knows? And the cats are cute, very fat. I love fat cats, if you don't already guess from the big ass cat right on the left. But I had it all in black, so I had to pull out my Tippex from school. Yeah, to be honest, I did not expect the landscape to be so pretty. I did not do that on purpose. Oh, my cat. Oh, you're so cute, you're so cute. I love you so much. She's kind of playing right now. And I decided to... Oh, what are you doing? Let's move on to day 15. For day 15, I put 15 and 16 together as well, because I didn't like both themes. And my cat's going crazy. My cat's going crazy, I'm sorry. Ignore her. But day 15 is Self-Inflicted, and I didn't want to draw that. I will be very honest. So I drew kind of like a doppelganger trying to kill the original one. I don't know if this is original or just like I'm 15 and this is deep kind of story, backstory. But I don't really like this one. I will be very honest. I didn't like how this came out. The like everything didn't really make sense. The perspective didn't make sense, but ignore that. She's kind of in a tracksuit, Lululemon kind of tracksuit. So that's that. I tried to make it a bit better, but it didn't work out. So let's move on to day 16. Day 16 was grungy, and it's kind of like a clothing style, but also a place. I didn't want to draw a grungy place. I don't like drawing backgrounds. I'm working on that. I know, you should be able to draw it, but I just didn't want to do this in traditional for this challenge. So I drew a simpler, grungy style. I didn't do it too well as well. I think I could have done it better digitally, I'm gonna be honest, but I don't have much that, so let's go right into day 17. For day 17, the theme was journal, but I really didn't want to draw a journal, so I didn't do the theme like some other days. I don't know why. I never follow the theme directly. I just base my drawings loosely off of that. Let me share my thought process for this one though. Journal. I don't want to draw your diary. So what's a journal? Like a book, like the book where you can write in. Who does that? Misa, kind of like Kira. Kira's my name. So I thought of Death Note. And how about I draw my favorite girl, Misa, with her badass fucking clothing. She's the baddest. She was handicapped with light because she's a baddie. I want her. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I want her or I want to be her. But I think I'm going to redo this in digital because I really like the idea. It didn't come out that great, but let's move on to day 18. When I was deciding on which prompt to do, I was really torn between Drive and Candy Gore because I wanted to draw my OCs again, but I didn't. I wanted to really want to draw Candy Gore because that's the cutest fucking thing. It's really 2016 Tumblr core. So I decided to do that. I decided to do like a abomination from Halloween things. Like skeletons showing, she's kind of like a zombie girl, she's kind of with a lot of candy, she's cute, she has my hairstyle because I love her so much. I decided to do like a different art style. I wanted to do a little bit cleaner, and I did that, and I really like how this came out. I'm so satisfied with how this came out. I love this girl and I want to redraw her sometime in the future, maybe next year, who knows. But let's move on to day 19. For day 19 the theme was bones, and I love drawing bones. I wanted the girl to have her spine out because that is really hard. I am going to be honest with you. Like a backless dress and then the bones showing, that is just wow. I really wanted to envisioned that, and I was like, oh my god, I need to draw this. So I did, and it didn't really came out how I imagined, but in the best way possible. Hello, this is really amazing. I spent a lot of time on the bones. As you can see, I spent the most time on this, but I think it paid off really well because I'm so glad I did this. I really need to draw more bones, more skeletons, because these 2 days have been amazing for me. I have been in love with drawing bones ever since. But it was hard and I was absolutely exhausted after that. But let's move on to day 20. And day 20 the theme was folklore, so I did my best girl, Baba Yaga. She is a little grandma that is like a motherly figure in some stories, but also an evil witch in some other stories. She was very villainized in the newer stories, but she is known to be very wise and can give you advice, but only for a price. That's really cringe. But anyway, she lives in a house and the house is not like normal. It has chicken feet for legs that can actually move and run, which is really scary. She lives in the woods and you can't easily find her, and she's actually a cannibal. She eats and cooks her victims. But I still love her, despite that. So, let's move on to day 21. Day 21 was pretty boring for me, because it doesn't have really it didn't inspire me at all. I didn't want to draw a wall with holes, so I just drew someone that has an illness that has been infested with holes, even her eyes, which that is pretty disgusting. I really hope something like that doesn't exist, but I'm not going to search it up, so don't tell me. But yeah, that's all. I think I did better on most days, but I did like the hands, so hey, at least that. Let's move on to day 22. Day 22 was the theme camp, and I wanted to draw my girlies Noah and Ruby again, and they're so cute. I actually have nothing to add, just look at them, being happy at a campfire, talking. I love my children, they're my creation, and I'm not one of those artists that makes them suffer. Not yet. Anyway, let's move on to day 23, because I have nothing to add. I actually don't know what happened with this footage, but this is all you can get because I have nothing more. And the theme was rust. I threw like rust on a statue, and I like drawing statues. That's a fun fact about me. Let's go to day 24, I guess. So the theme for day 24 was teeth, and I wanted to draw realistic teeth. This took me forever, but the clip is pretty short, I don't know why. And I wanted to have them hold something in the middle. I didn't know what when I drew the teeth, but I decided to just draw another tooth, right? Because the more the merrier. And yeah, that's pretty simple. I don't have much to add. I love how it came out though, so let's move on to day 25. So now we're at day 25, almost at the end. And this was pretty uninspired. I just drew a scary Scarecrow. Ooh, with a crow. How scary. As you might see at my last few pages, I kind of put less energy into each one as time progressed, because I did not want to get depressed and have art block at the end of the month, so yeah. But for day 26, it was the last day, and this is the last 5 pages, so you can see I did not put any energy into this. The sketch was absolutely beautiful. I wish I drew this not in October and not at the end of the month, because I was at my wit's end. I did not want to do this, but I love Ruby and Noah just taking pictures, having a cute romantic moment. And yeah, I don't know where the clip went, I started drawing. It just kind of disappeared, so that's really sad. But let's go to day 27. For day 27, I wanted to do for the road, like the scary story. You probably know it, where a girl stands in the middle of the road in a very dark night, where you're in the car and the only rule is to not get out of the car. And that's what you do, and then she haunts you forever. I wanted to do that, but I don't know. I do think I kind of got the essence of the scary story, but I don't really know. I didn't put too much effort into it, so let's move on to day 28. And today's theme was Jumbo, and I lost half of the footage of this one, so I have to slow it down insanely slow. And I had to Google Jumbo. I did not know exactly what they meant. So, How I understood it is I just found when I searched it on Pinterest, I just found a lot of very giant bulky men and I was like, that's my tea! I love that so much. I love big softies more than anything in men, so this was exactly made for me. A big guy that lives in the woods and a girl that likes to jog in the wilderness, and she meets this guy and they have a talk and they fall in love, and how cute is this? I really hope you like it because I want to do more characters like this. I'm in love with him and her, though you can't see her very well because she's tiny. Let's go to the next day, 29. And with that, we're at day 29. Guys, it's the finale. Now it's the third last page. Holy shit. And my phone decided it randomly just hates me forever. So it just didn't let me see the footage. It's on my phone. It's on my phone. I did record. But it's loading. It has been loading since yesterday evening. So, I guess you will never know how I drew this. So let's move on to day 30. Let's go! The prompt for day 30 was violin, and I just drew a girl playing with the violin. I'm gonna be honest, as a kid I learned the piano and I was always jealous of violin because it's so beautiful, like it's magnificent. It's very cutesy, it's very demure. And I was always like, I want to be cool, I want to be very elegant, I want to actually play the violin. Yeah, I did not. And why is the prompt still vomit? Oops, I forgot to erase that, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's all for day 30. Second day over, now it's the last day. Let's go! For this day, I didn't do any prompt because I wanted to do Halloween. It's Halloween. I was feeling the costumes, so I wanted to draw my OCs in costumes, in couple costumes, as you might say. And so that's what I did. Also, there are two OCs you probably don't know. They're actually in the animatic at my first YouTube video ever. And they are the Red Hood and the Bad Wolf. And they're so cute. I love them so much. I want to introduce them sometime in the future. And my lovely Ruby and Noelle. I love them so much. And this is all for Inktober. I'm so glad how this came out. I'm so happy, as you can see in the video. And this is finally over. I was so fucking glad when it was over. And look at the Spider-Man in the bag. Yeah, I have way too many of them stickers, but I did not know I put them upside down. What the fuck? Anyway, let's go to the outro now. The video's over. So, you came this far. Thank you so much for watching, first of all. And that concludes Inktober 2024. I'm so glad this is finally over. This took a lot out of me because work and this balancing both is kind of hard because I have other projects. You can see most of them on my Instagram or my TikTok. They're both linked down below. And thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you watched this far. I do not expect someone to watch 30 minutes of me just rambling. So let me know any feedback, what you like, what you don't like, what I could do better. And don't mention my accent. I have very German accent. It's going to get better, I promise. Thank you so much for joining me for 2024 Inktober. I'm so glad you watched this far, and comment blue hearts if you watched this far. Bye bye!